Hello guys. I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, but I'll definitely be getting around to uploading some more videos. So today I've been deciding that I really want to put out some lazy content. So what I'm going to do today is I have a few replays for my subscribers. By a few I mean 6. I'll look over each one of them and, just give a few headers, some pointers, and tips. But it's going to be like an hour-long video, maybe an hour and a half, so I can't guarantee it's going to be very short. Alright, so first match up here, I have Choco versus Carlinapi. This was submitted by Choco. Choco's very cool and awesome. So if you ever see Choco on Discord, just say hi, you're awesome. Please be my friend. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of level difference right here. But I still want to look at this replay just because it seems like there was it's still not like completely one-sided. I asked all my all the people who are submitting replays not to send me sweeps. And so I will just say right away that some of these might be a little bit fast, so if you're not able to follow along, you can always slow down the video. Alright, so usually, just for the first round, I like to watch it play out and then I'll go back on it. Also, I should set that to pause at the end. Okay, so number one thing I'm seeing right here is, at the very start of the round, you haven't cleared a single line of garbage. I think it was just because of everything that you were dealing with in the beginning. You were trying to figure out a way to get through all this stacking you had right here. So now that your well is open, you want to start looking for an eyepiece or find an attack that cancels the garbage. So, oh my god. Like, if you see this, this giant eyepiece right here, this is usually what you want to avoid. In fact, I think just a lot of general tips are don't try to stack entirely in one column, or else stuff like that will happen and then you have garbage. That's like right here, you're never going to be able to clear that. Alright, so now I'm going to use is Fortress. We're going to go look over this. So right here, if we have to, I guess our goal here is to build an attack or skim enough so that we can get to the eyepiece. So let's think of a few things that we could do here. So first thing we could do is, of course, start skimming. It's not a bad option, but it's certainly not the best. Next thing we could do is make a T-spin. So I'm already seeing one right here. Maybe even one right here. Those are some things we could look forward to. And I don't think there's one that's immediately available that you can easily see. But I guess one that comes to mind is if I'll clear this part right here. So if we try to go for this T-spin, obviously we're going to have to make a few donations. So like this wasn't bad. It's just that it takes a little more brain power to find it. Alright, so if we go back, maybe look for something that requires a little less thinking. Well, first of all, we could try this. It's not clean, but we do get a T-spin single out of that, which can send a little, but I guess the problem with that too is covering the well. So I think at this point in the game, I would start power stacking. So if I were to power stack like this, or final stack, that way I have a much bigger attack when I get that eyepiece. Of course, it really depends on the pace how fast you're going at that point. In general, if you don't have a plan, it's better to just, create an attack instead of just sitting there doing nothing. Well, of course, if there's always a better option. So, yeah, sometimes it is a good idea to think. But I think at this point, there really is no plan yet. Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm using TGM. TGM's a very cool skin for Tetrio, I think. And also another big mistake here is trying to do a kind of T-spin here, like a T-spin mini. These things don't, T-spin minis don't actually work unless they have a wall to kick off of. And this specific instance, there's no wall to kick off of because it doesn't fill the 3 corners rule, so... When you make a T-spin, the T-piece has to fit in a hole that covers 3 out of 4 corners. So if we count here, it's 1 and 2, but these 2 corners aren't filled. So that won't count as a T-spin. And plus it blocks off the well in a way that is literally almost impossible to clear without doing some ugly stuff. And like I said right here, there's no way to get out of that now. So what I'm hoping for next round is that Choco will... What is Choco doing? And yeah, this is also... was that 4 wide? Okay, so I'll be honest, I am okay with 4 wide, but you need to use it properly. Like in the right instance. Like in this case, I don't think it's really a good idea. Just because, well, of course, you have to wait for that. Don't ever wait for your opponent unless you know you have a good down stack. And also, make sure you don't rush your 4 wide, or that happens, and you're utterly screwed. So yeah, 4 wide is very risky to deal with, and also execute yourself. So 4 wide generally works when your opponent isn't doing anything, or just when they're trying to tank garbage from you. Because when you send cheese like this, it's of course devastating. But if they're also doing 4 wide and they're ahead of you, or if they send bursts of openers like to you like TKI or something like that, it's probably not going to slide, because they'll have enough to cancel out. And you'll just be stuck tanking garbage like this, and you're basically dead. But the funny thing is, I think there was a chance to cancel. I think the problem was just ending the combo too early, and this O piece was misdropped. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh, that's spoilers. I'm not gonna do that again, I swear. So we get a PC from both players, and if you are gonna cancel, then I really recommend that you at least try to get another, just in case your opponent doesn't go for the next one. But of course, if not, then you just gotta play the game. Because essentially, if both you and your opponent do a PC, then you're just stuck in the same place, except you have a second PC bag. And yeah, here, I think being able to calculate is very important, because if you look at the garbage versus where your board is right now, you could, I think an X rank would probably be able to calculate that you still have a chance of surviving if you tank this. And there is definitely a possibility of putting an S piece in this area right here, and then making a J piece overhang, and then you can make a T-spin Tetris. That was very possible. Even when the garbage was already being tanked, you can... Actually, wait, is it? Actually, yeah, it is, because it would be a bit different, though, because you'd have to take the Tetris first, because you can't make an overhang or else you're gonna die. So yeah, I would, in this situation, probably just take the Tetris first, and then go for the T-spin, make that overhang. But this also survives. This placement I really don't like, because you gotta, this J placement right here I don't really like, because you gotta think about the placements for your next pieces. Like, how are you gonna fill this in? Well, of course you're gonna fill it in by putting an S piece in there, but after that it's gonna cover this well. So I think what I would do here is probably think about leaving this piece open, but not stacking above it. So I'm gonna go into Fortress once again, everyone's favorite, except me. Because I have to type everything out. Right. So one idea I did have here is putting the L piece to cover this well. And solve this line clear. Just because the L piece will cover this area, but it won't cover this area. And that leads to a nice down stack right there. Right, going back. Well, though it is still technically possible to down stack it, it's not very clean. Like you just saw there, it's not very clean. And to those of you who are completely confused about what I'm saying, there will be a video, not a video, sorry, a replay for one of my subscribers who is lower ranked. I think they're about B rank right now. But we'll get to that soon. I believe it's going to be the next one. Alright, yeah, Chaco was thinking about doing a PC, but I think the important thing to know is that if you try to go for something and you don't have the bag for it, you just gotta improvise. So what I would do here is probably do a 6-3 stack, put make a 3-wide column on the right side and then 6 on the left. It's probably the best way to make up for that mistake right there. And if you also know that, just gonna also note that Colonel Light B also made that mistake. I'm gonna call him Colonel Light B just because I don't want to confuse him with the other B. And as you can see, it's a very elaborate setup on the right side. Like, this is fine, but you gotta be very careful with your placements as to make sure that you're actually down stacking while you're attacking. So I guess that's a lesson for you then, Colonel Light, if you're watching this. That comment was directed towards you. Also, a really nice, I guess, conversion for some people that fail PC. Yeah, some of you might not know this. So if you go ahead and look on the right side again, is when you end up with a T-shaped hole at the end of your PC, but you don't have a T piece, what you can do is create this LZ piece overhang, and you can make an Imperial Cross out of it. And I believe Blitz runners actually do this sometimes when they miss PCO. So it kind of leads into their next PC. But yeah, it's generally good for players who just fail PC and they have a T-shaped hole left. There are other ways to recover from PCs, even if they don't end up with a T-shaped hole. Actually, Chaco had that too. But maybe I will make a video on, you know, finding ways to get out of missed PCs. That might be interesting. I think a lot of people like that. Also, very, very quick to note, I think like sometime before this, there was the mishold, and we couldn't do the other PC. So like I said, Blitz runners basically do that Imperial Cross just to get a second chance at getting a PC. Well, some Blitz runners do. I'm sure not all Blitz runners do that. Because I'm just talking about the ones that do pure PCs. There's just not a lot of people that you know, don't do that. And then around the top 100. Yeah, the Blitz meta is evolving into just PCs. Was that a sailboat? I believe that was a sailboat. Well, a failed sailboat, but you know, you can't make everyone happy. So yeah, I think in the beginning, both players are kind of concerned or nervous about their opening, and actually both of them are kind of choking under pressure. So I think what both of them need to do is just play a bit more cleanly, not cleanly, a bit more solidly. Because right now I feel like their nerves are kind of getting to them. And yeah, don't be confused by the ghost pieces because they're just a little bit lighter. I still like TGM skins. Also, really nice PC find from Light B. Honestly, I'm not really good at finding PCs, even if they're just out of nowhere. As well, not even, just especially if they're out of nowhere. Let me see that again, though. Yeah, that was... how are you supposed to get out of that? Actually, I will mention right now, if you're about to be sent a huge attack, sometimes upstacking is the way to go because, like I mentioned before, if you've heard about funnel stacking or power stacking, it is a technique that people use to, I guess, create possible combos so that they can cancel garbage or just send a lot of it, including cheese. Also, really nice variation, flat top TKI if you haven't tried it. It's a very clean TKI variation that allows for some pretty cool stuff. There's I believe there's you can do LST stacking with that. It's pretty clean. Also, God, these kinds of misdrops, like this one was fine, I think. Yeah, this one was fine, honestly. But you need to be less reliant on ice bins, especially if you don't know them. If you just like do an ice spin expecting it to work, it's probably not going to work. And also being a little bit too fast on that. Generally, I don't expect people to get ice spins right. You know, even if they've been studying SRS for years. My god, Choco, you got... See, this is the problem I see with both these players each time. And of course not for B, because you've been practicing PCO. You just gotta take it a little bit slower in the opening, because you're probably not gonna get killed unless your opponent screws up bad. And yeah, I think fishing for a PC here wasn't exactly a good idea. So yeah, I don't think the skill gap is necessarily an indicator for their rating difference. I think just the problem is that Choco keeps messing up at the very beginning of the game. Is maybe too nervous. Because I have almost never seen a single time where Choco has a misdropped in the first 10 seconds, unless it was that one PC in the 6th or 7th round. I forget which one it is. I have amnesia. So yeah, that is a good idea there. You still need to survive as long as possible. But I believe there are 2 better down stacks. Okay, so right here you need to think about, well, mainly you need to think about saving your eyepiece. So you don't want to use the next one. So how are you going to fill in this line right here? Well, you can do that only really with the L piece is the most practical, so you'd have to put the L piece here and the J piece here. If you can see my cursor. That's like probably the best place to put it so that you can keep down stacking. And there are a lot of desperate moves that you'll make that look stupid. But if it's for the sake of surviving, then absolutely do it. A lot of X ranks do stupid placements just to survive, and it works out for them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you already know what I'm gonna say. You need to go way slower in the opening. Not way slower though. You still of course go a little bit fast, but you need to not choke during the opening, because whenever you're under pressure, it seems like you tend to rush a little bit more, and also you tend to DAS misdrop, which is basically you hold and then you hold DAS a little bit too long and then it just slides off and then drops. So I would recommend probably increasing your DAS just a little bit. And I'll be honest, DAS doesn't have to be optimized for versus Tetra League. If you're comfortable with like 8 frames of DAS, then that's completely fine. If you're comfortable with like 5, that's fine. Just play whatever DAS works for you. It's not going to affect you that much. Alright, and with that out of the way, I'm going to bring in the next one. This is going to be a short one. So this is one of my viewers, Black Chinese. They're pretty new to Tetris. I believe they started a few months ago. I'm not actually sure. Joined 2 months ago, yeah. They started 2 months ago. I have never seen them play before. So I'm excited to see what happens. Oh, well, I know how this ends. Considering the replay is at least like 12 seconds long. But I will be able to give a very nice lesson here. Don't overstack. So as you can see, like right here on the right side, if you're not being sent anything, you still need to be prepared. Because even if you have a high stack and you have a really good attack coming up, it won't matter if you don't have the pieces that are able to get that attack out. And like right here, he was like 1 piece away. But I think the problem here is that Monty Weaver wasted these 2 eyepieces, which caused him to top out so early. So yeah, if you are going for a 9-0 stack, you want to make sure that these eyepieces are being reserved for the side. Also, I think it was just an unlucky bag. And either this is a very weird opening I've never heard of, or Black Chinese just misdropped. I'm gonna call you Black Chinese just because that's your Tetrio username. I don't really care either way. And yeah, both players are struggling right now. This is usually not what I see at B rank. Most of the time, there's either one player winning clearly with a really clean stack, or both players are just using their openers to see who wins. So the important thing to watch out here is while you're down stacking, you get a really big attack coming up, and being able to know what to do after that. Like right here, this is a great counter attack going on. But what Black Chinese needs to watch out for is covering the well and making sure that he can get to the bottom. And especially this T placement right here, it needs to go in this hole right here just because it's shaped like a T piece and there's nothing really else that can go in there except for it. Because when you put it right here, now you have a super jagged board and there's almost no way getting out. But yeah, if you are stuck in C or B rank, or A rank, there's usually only going to be one or two things that you need to improve on to make it to the next rank, just because there's so much more opportunity for you to learn new things. So if you are learning new concepts in Tetris, take it one at a time. You don't have to like learn PC loops. You don't have to learn DT cannon. But of course, those are useful things to learn. I would just recommend that you don't try like, I guess like cramming, I guess. That's what it's called. Yeah, don't cram. And I think the one thing that Black Chinese need to focus on right now is fundamental stacking. Especially just getting the pieces where they need to be. Because right here, you actually could have survived. Just like a little bit longer. Actually, no, that was a pretty good down stack coming up. So knowing where the pieces will go, or where they should go, is really important, especially if you have dependencies. So if you've seen my 9 beginner tips in Tetrio, I do talk about dependencies and how there are certain dependencies that you need to watch out for. But those aren't the only ones you really have to be concerned about. There's also these, like, I guess T-shaped dependencies. They're harder to spot. Well, not harder to spot. They're actually pretty easy to spot, but they're not really dependencies, I guess. So right here, you can easily put an S or Z piece in here, but the best piece that would fit in here is a T piece, in fact. Just because it's made for that shape and also makes your board a little bit less jaggedy. Also, I'm noticing just like as a pattern that the Black Chinese's board tends to get really, I guess, sharp and raggedy. Just because the T pieces aren't going in the right areas. They need to go, of course, where they belong, in the T-shaped holes. But also just areas that need to be smoothed out. That doesn't mean you want your board to be entirely smoothed out, but your board also can't be super jagged either. Though I say raggedy, I meant to say jaggedy. But yeah, we got a C-spin, which... honestly, I'm fine if B ranks learn openers. I just don't want them to crutch. And I think C-spin is fine just because it's kind of hard to follow up with it. And also because DT cannon is... I guess DT cannon is kind of a crutch just because you can get a pretty good combo at the end if you know what you're doing. And here you need to deal with large amounts of garbage coming at you. And I think the best way to deal with it is either deciding whether to tank it or start canceling with your garbage that you already have. And I think the best idea was to just tank it. For this whole reason that Black Chinese was nowhere near topping out. Now, if you were Black Chinese, you could probably see the T-spin right here, which is an L-piece overhang. It would take a little bit longer to get to, but the opponent doesn't have an attack, so I would have just gone for it. But this is also fine. And another thing I need to talk about is overhang placement. There's two places you can put this J piece, and it's better to put it over here. Because when you put this in the middle, you're creating a barrier. Once again, I talk about this all the time. You're creating a barrier between the left and the right side, which you don't want. You want your board to be a little bit coordinated with each other. If the viewer knows what I'm saying. To whom it may regard, I hope you understand exactly what I'm saying. And yeah, once again, the pieces are going in the wrong place. They're not going where they're supposed to be. The SB should probably go right here. Also because it fits better. And for the other reason that you can make a T-spin with the Z piece, which would be much more useful. I don't think Black Chinese knows T-spins yet, but I think maybe after learning fundamental stacking and finishing the eternal exercise, you can start learning T-spins. Well, of course, you're already doing T-spins. I think I'm referring more to mid-game T-spins. And yeah, there's absolutely no way that his opponent's gonna survive. And that's it. So once again, if you are a lower rank, you really only need to focus on one aspect of your gameplay per each time. And for most B ranks, I would say is work on fundamental stacking. There's some A ranks, of course, that I know will already have the basics on fundamental stacking, want to practice on something like a down stacking, which is something you definitely need to know by S rank and get good at. But yeah, what Black Chinese needs to work on is fundamental stacking and maybe T-spins in the future, but I think we'll keep it right there where it is right now. Alright, next we have Ease, or as they are referred to in Tetrio, Go Easy on Me. I think this is X rank? Almost X rank. So I actually have two borderline X ranks right here who are subscribed to me. And we'll just go straight to it. I don't have a lot of experience coaching people who are borderline X rank, just because you don't see a lot of those people looking for help. So we have two PC loops, and Ease finds another one. And with DPC, honestly, if you like get to DPC, then you should just go on with it, just because you get that T-spin. But you don't go for the PC, because that's just going to waste resources. And I think something I failed to mention in my 15 tips to get to X rank video is managing your resources. So I guess when I refer to resources, I mean your board state. So if you look at all these color pieces, the fancy color pieces right here, I would consider those your resources. And when you, of course, send an attack, you're using up those resources. So if you just have an empty board with nothing in it, you don't have any resources, therefore you can't start an attack. So as important as it is to downstack, it is also important to have pieces on your board so that you can continue an attack. Because if you just waste it all in one blow, then you're letting your opponent live. And yeah, good idea to cancel right there. There was really no choice in the matter. And actually, could you have done a TSC tower? Oh, you could have done a TSC tower. Okay, you know what? You get like 10 points docked off for not doing a TSC tower. You had that right there. Also, I will mention that you have like tons of cheese on your board. But you do find a pretty good downstack. What I would have done differently is probably I would have made the T piece face to the left side, so you can make room for your O piece. Because right here now there's no way that you can put anything in there. So I think you probably would have survived a bit longer, maybe even won the round, if you just placed that T piece facing to the left. It's super important when you're at the top of your board and you're making downstacking decisions. Even if it takes like an extra fraction of a second, you need to make the right decision. Well, of course, unless there's absolutely no way to get out of it. Okay, in this case, yeah, that's exactly what I would do, actually. And here, this is the perfect time to start building up an attack. Just because your opponent looks a little bit vulnerable. So yeah, what you need to do is start creating T-spins, start creating something at least to attack. And yeah, this is, that went pretty horribly, but you can still do an I-spin to get out of it. And I'll be completely honest, I feel like, you also missed a down stack right here. You need to take in, like, everything. You need to take in, like, every possibility. You can take the eyepiece and just skim right here, and then you have a free Tetris. I feel like some people go a little bit too fast when they find a really good down stack, and you don't get the full thing. I'm actually guilty of this too, just because I rush my down stacks. But from experience, I think a lot of down stacks that I die to are usually slower than you expect. Like, some people are expecting fast down stacks, which is why they start funnel stacking. They start just down stacking in general, looking for a really good combo. But sometimes you don't expect the slow ones. Which I think in that case would have been a good idea. And I think that was just a case of the opponent sending a lot of cheese. So if your opponent has a... I also talk about this in my 15 tips to get the X rank video, which I hope you watch these. It's kind of for you. Sorry, what was I saying? If you wanna get rid of cheese, also you could have done a better cheese spin there. You gotta consider all the possibilities, my dude. S piece here, L piece, donation, and then O piece. I hope you saw that, because you're almost X rank, and I really trust you that you can see it. Alright, I'm probably seeing the possibility of a PC. Also, oh my gosh. I really don't like this T-piece placement. So I think this is just a matter of planning ahead of time. So of course you do need to waste this T-piece, but there's of course better ways to do it. So I'm gonna screenshot this and put this on Fortress. DILSZJ. Alright, that wasn't there. Alright, so I think there was two options right here. So you can either do this T and Z combination, or you can do this T and Z combination. So the difference between these two is that if you continue to stack up, you have a cleaner left side. Whereas if you do what Ease did... Sorry, what Ease did... Now look at this stack on the left. It's really awkward, and it also requires a T-piece. So yeah, I usually just... by instinct, I don't use the overhang as the T-piece just because it faces away from the STSD. But also visualizing where the piece is going to go first is important too. Right, let's move on. And like I said, there's the same problem with it. And this is just... Okay, I know that, like, it looks cool, but this is actually really bad. Because if your opponent manages to get out of it, then, yeah, you're screwed. But you somehow found a way to get around it. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm the worst teacher ever, and I actually suck, and I should go, get a real job. Here, there's no PC, so don't... Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, I know you have a 5-wide well, but you can tank all of this. Just, like, put the L piece, like, somewhere on the side and then keep up stacking so you can get a pretty good spike. I don't think this was nearly enough, as you could have gotten. But, of course, you proved me wrong by instantly getting it again. Dude, I swear, my subscribers are actually way more calculated than me. But I'm just trying to look at some general problems. Because it's very hard, like the line between X ranks kind of blur. Like you don't really know how to improve at some point. And I think this goes for a lot of higher rank players. You just kind of don't know how to improve. Because like you've already learned down stacking, you've already learned T-spins, you've already learned these advanced T-spin setups you can find basically anywhere. So like what do you do next? Oh, that is unfortunate. Was that a planned PC? That was not a planned PC. Oh man, that sucks. So I will tell you guys a secret right now. When I used to play Tetra League, I had a paper towel with me so that whenever I lost a match, or if I was getting super sweaty and I played a 4-minute round, I would dry my hands. And that just instantly made me able to press the buttons on my keyboard much better. So like, if you're an intense Tetra League tryhard, I would recommend probably getting a towel or some kind of yeah, paper towel from like the kitchen, and then just dry your hands off once you get super sweaty, so that you don't slip all over the keyboard. But yeah, are you a crutch? Yeah, you kind of look like a crutch. Oh, thank God! Thank God. All right. As CPC users, when they. Well, now how am I supposed to judge your skill? And the opponent died. They really didn't have to. Yeah, I think those first games before the, of course, BT looping and SDPC, really showed the sort of improvements you can make. So first of all, I think just wasting your resources, or in this case, I guess, making a decision on impulse and finding this Tetris, like, yeah, you do, like, I guess this gives you like a short-term burst of dopamine or something, but like that, but it's not going to help you out in the long run. Your opponent's going to expect it, it's going to cancel out, so that really didn't do anything but help your opponent build up a better attack for them. So now you're just stuck here with basically nothing. Of course, until your opponent sends more and it's completely clean, so yeah, I'm an idiot, but that's not going to happen all the time. Also, if you're really astute, you'll find this donation without using the eyepiece. Actually, no, you have to use the eyepiece, but you can use the O piece here and then get a double, which is much cleaner. I think also another problem that some U ranks have is not playing clean. And then whenever, you know, whenever they lose a round, they come crying to their moms asking why they lost. Well, bro, it's because you're not placing them right. But to be fair, I cry a lot too. I think that's something that's pretty funny though. Okay, I'm halfway through the replays and I am just getting ready to finish off the second half. So we're gonna kind of go in the same kind of pattern. We're gonna go from SS to high U rank SS to lower rank to high rank. I think Milky Champop is I think Milky Champop is SS though. I forget. Okay, so here I have Lhasa, which is also one of my subscribers. I'm gonna call them Lhasa just because their username was way too long and I had to ask them how to pronounce it in DMs. And I really enjoy watching SS matches just because it's the perfect balance of not too brainless, but also high level enough for me to not get bored commentating. And yeah, I think a lot of people... This is just stuff that I'm repeating from older videos. A lot of people take for granted 9-0 stacking. If you don't use it as a Tetra League weapon, if you're like a sprinter or something, it's definitely good as an opener still. Well, of course, if you're not a sprinter, then you can still do it. Just don't think openers matter as much as some people say. Also here, you have like 3 T pieces stacked on top of each other. You just have like 2 purple lines, which I disapprove of. What you need to do right here is just take the T-spin. It's much easier. You can down stack, get a small combo. Your opponent won't be able to cheese that out. So you don't always have to go for the T-spin double. Like, you set up that combo right there, so you know what's up. And yeah, this is a pretty risky play, so you're kind of forced to get rid of it. Yeah, this is some super risky stacking. Like, it's making me a bit queasy. Like, that should be like my catchphrase. Well, I guess not really catchphrase, just something I say all the time. For no reason. But yeah, I do notice that, compared to other SS matches, this one actually much slower than usual. I think I actually encountered this while I was doing my 15 tips video. This was, I think, with Keck, who was playing at a relatively slower pace. Like, maybe not even 2 PPS at that time. And they were around U rank. But yeah, if it is a battle of people who are playing a little bit slow, the goal really there is to see who can play the most strategically. And just gonna point out right here that you had a chance to do a funny T-spin. Gonna do this on Fortress. So like I said, that was pretty funny. Did you see that? It was pretty funny. Anyways, let's go back. So apologize for my crude sense of humor. Alright, this is pretty good. Go for the Tetris, just go for it. Don't even think about it. Your opponent's about to die. I sound pretty hypocritical for saying that. And I'll be honest, it is. Alright, so we got a perfect clear. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You gotta look for T-spins. You gotta look for T-spins. SP's here, then T-spin. If you have a T-shaped hole, all you need is an overhang, then T-spin. If you're playing a game that's extremely slow, there's really no reason to not just take some time and slow down. And just think about what you're doing. A lot of people take thinking for granted, I know. Strange. But, you don't need to play as fast as possible to win the game. Like, even players who are fast can sometimes even just do better when they're playing slower. But of course, there are going to be exceptions, like the top players literally playing at 4 PPS, and then just counter-spiking everything that you send to them. But I'll be honest, that's probably not even them at their best. Just because there's more strategy in between. And yeah, I think that was just an unfortunate, low, painful death. And to think there's only like 4 more rounds left. And yeah, I really don't like this stacking just because. I say just because a lot. I mean, I need to stop. I really need to stop. I don't like this OP's placement. Because you can see, like, right here in the middle. What are you gonna do here? Are you gonna make another eye dependency? So you need to be a little bit more reserved about your stacking. Think about think less about wasting pieces. Well, of course, you're not actually thinking about that, but you need to waste less pieces. Because if you don't have the right pieces for the down stack, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna flop around with no piece. And you know, like that one YouTube video on Tetria where someone literally just like does 2 PCs? Not 2 PCs, they literally just do 1 PC. And then the opponent instantly tops out because they stacked way too high. With no counterattack. This is why you need vision for down stacks. This is like a freaking minefield. No, that's the wrong analogy. No, this is like a playground for people who can down stack. You know what? I'm gonna fortress this. Just because I am lazy. Right. So let's see what kind of down stacks we can do right here. So first of all, I'm seeing this. Which actually isn't too bad. That's a 5 combo. Or we can also just do this. Go straight into a T-spin. And then another T-spin. That probably wouldn't happen in the game because the bag is very different. But you get the gist. If you have a board like this, this is perfect for just down stacking. Alright, so let me see what you did again. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, Tetris also isn't just about sending only quads and Tetrises. You gotta send combos too in this specific game, because Tetria heavily rewards combos. Like, way too much in some cases. But if you send nothing, like if you just send 2 singles like you just did right there, then that's not gonna do anything either. Wait, was that an STSD pop? Was there an STSD? Yo, there was an STSD! Why didn't you do it? That looks sick. Wait, no. You can't miss this stuff. No, you can't miss this. That is like one of the sickest SSDs I've ever seen. Aside from the small garbage residue, I guess. On the second part. But that looks like such a sick donation. Why wouldn't you do that? Alright. Oh my god, no. No, when you see the red stuff, you don't keep stacking, but you misheld. Oh. Oh my god, oh. That's why sounds are important. If you hear this, like, I'm using a sound pack. This is my sound pack. If you want to check it out, link will be in the description. This is why sounds matter. Like, if you hear let me go back. If you hear something like this, yeah, if you hear that stuff, then just run. Just send whatever you have. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit. There's a reason that there's a small delay in between. Because it's not gonna come just yet. Also, there's a small preview on the bar that tells you if there's garbage coming up soon. But I think audio cues are much faster, which is once again why you need audio on while you're playing the game. Okay, you want to simplify the board a bit? I'm fine with that. Okay, this is also fine, but you don't have any resources, like I said before. Resources are important. You want to have something to attack with, or else what are you attacking? Alright, I like that combo. Yeah, but you gotta send something, dude. Love it! Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Go, 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 bestie. Go, bestie! No, 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 you gotta go, 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 go. Sometimes I think that, sending combos to try and stop someone out, like, sometimes it doesn't work just because, I say just because a lot that I need to stop. Combos only sometimes work because your opponent still has time to get out of it, because you're not sending all your garbage all at once. So there is more opportunity, but it still makes your opponent's life way harder by sending them cheese. But you know, for X ranks that doesn't really matter because you just downstack everything in 2 seconds. That is the X rank life. Oh, that is oh. Wait. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. No, you had a combo! I'm gonna let you find it right here, right now. If you can find the combo in like 5 seconds, I'll give you like a cookie. Just DM me if you find it. Like, screenshot this in Fortress. Just do it. Alright, you got it? Good. Alright, going on. This is why inconvenient placements actually matter. Because sometimes they are convenient. That's your hint. Is that it? No, 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 no. No. Alright. Alright, so now what you need to do is build up as high as possible while having it. Oh. Okay, I know I talked about not building up too high, but you have an eyepiece in your queue, you can still keep building up and even go for the. Oh my god. No. No. Oh my god, that could have killed. Oh my god, this could have killed. This could have killed. I'm gonna show you this right now. And next time you get into the exact position, I don't want to see anything different. Okay. Look at this shit. That would send so much. So once again, look at this. E-spin, Tetris. So that would absolutely murder. Like 3rd degree murder. Does such a thing exist? Alright, yeah, we're seeing a lot of dependencies. I don't want to see dependencies in SS rank. It makes me feel like a B rank again. That was also not a good idea. Let me go back. Yeah, right here, you just need to place the L piece like this. If you can see my mouse moving like this. So you can put the Z piece and then J piece, and that will probably get you out of that pretty yucky situation. No, no, oh, what? No, 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 you gotta build up, build. Yes. Okay, now T-spin. Yes. Okay. I forgive you just a little bit. Yeah, main thing I'm gonna recommend to you just for this whole coaching session is, dear God, please, when you get garbage like that, use it. When you're given shit like this, you don't just go for it. You gotta like build it up. Like if I go right here, if I do this all right here and then put that in the fortress. Okay. Like you gotta think just a little bit first. You can do this. That could probably kill. But yeah, what you did is okay, I guess. It just wouldn't have been as effective. Because you need to do it all in succession. If you take all your attacks and then put them into one combo, then it's gonna send so much more. If you don't believe me, then just check the combo table for this game. It's insane. Also, what would have been better here is if you instead put an S-piece overhang. It would have taken a little bit longer, but that sends the T-spin double and a Tetris much better. Yeah, I think you know why. Also, because you don't block yourself off, which this stack is kind of eh. So let's see. Your APM is super low, and your opponents are like twice as low. Oh my god. My god, when I was SS, I played at like 60 APM, dude. Ow. Okay, well, I think just the main reason that you haven't gotten your APM as high is because you have like 18 APM rounds, but also because you're not maximizing the amount of garbage you're sending, especially when you get those super clean wells. Those are so good. You need to capitalize on that. You need to find a T-spin somewhere at the top and then just string all your attacks together, so I would recommend you look up group spiking and maybe Caboozle's spiking lecture. It's a pretty old video, but I think you can still find it. It's pretty awesome. It's much better than my lectures. My lectures are complete shit. Well, the old ones. If you see my T-spin tutorial, that was complete shit. Don't ever look at it again. Alright, so my next subject is meme. We actually played till like midnight yesterday, and we were playing a free-for-all lobby. It was complete batshit insane. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot from this guy because he is borderline X rank. Just I believe just like Ease. Sorry, I forgot their name. And once again, like here, I want you to see that he's not using the entire well just yet. Just like using a little bit and then continuing to stack up. So, you know, lots of if you're watching this, do that. Don't use up the whole well, but you can still use up like a part of it, as long as you're still building up. Also, really nice. Really nice keeping back to back right here by stacking up and then going to Tetris. And I'm gonna show you guys a small variation of DT. If I can build DT. Okay, so this is the residue for DT. Sorry, I didn't do it in time. So this is the residue for DT, and most people might try to build up a Tetris by dropping this in and tucking it in. But there is a small technique that that most people probably actually never heard about. It's called anchor set. And that is when you take the opposite piece and drop it like this. Then when you drop it like this, you don't have to soft drop, and you can go for a Tetris. So yeah, it's just a more fancy way of getting a Tetris, and it's much faster in terms of key inputs. So if you ever do DT and you want to do that, it's really cool. Just maybe a little bit faster once you get the hang of it. But yeah, I kind of see a DT crush on our hands. And this is around 3 PPS. So I can still read it. And this is why you always look for attacks. Actually, there was a small attack coming up. Let me... Alright, I'm gonna take this board. S, L, T, J. Right. That was, there is. So there's a few things you can do right here, such as you can build this small teaspoon single, and then go for Tetris. But I think the idea is that you want to still send attacks while you're staying comfortable in that pretty high in your board. Also, finding that T-spin in the middle is really good. Alright, please build. Keep building. I know you're under pressure, but you just wasted a T-piece. You could have used that. Also, what I would have done is put the O-piece, like, right here, so I can rest my L-piece on top. Well, it's yours, actually, so that's not my fault. Yes! Yes! No! Wait. Let me try something. I'm gonna try a game. Alright, yeah, that probably was a bad idea, actually. Don't listen to me and my thoughts. Alright, no, now you have to listen to me. If you're gonna make this, then you gotta put it down here. Put it down here so you can make the overhang, like this. T piece goes here, then L and J piece. That would be much cleaner than what you did. But I guess if you're gonna find an egg spike, then I guess it's fine. But I still think you had the combo either way. No! No! Don't put the overhang here. No! Nobody does that! Well, actually, I think some people do, but don't do that. Because when you put the overhang up here, now you have 2 more lines to clear, and I know that's pretty easy for you, but you also break your back-to-back, which is pretty yucky. You also tend to waste T-pieces a lot. There are some cases where you can actually keep your T-piece, but you're not doing that. Man, come on, man, you beat me in free-for-alls. You gotta be at least X-rank level now. Was there a way to continue the back-to-back? Bro, you could've continued the back-to-back. You had like 2 more pieces. This is why I usually don't try to rush my spikes. Because there's almost always something better. S piece, L piece. Free back-to-back. That'd probably even kill. Alright, now let's think about donations here next. I think this is an important skill you definitely need to have. But it's just being able to see donations. So we'll do some exercising right here. Right. Okay. I'll give you like 2 seconds to find a donation here. Ready? Okay. This is what I saw. Alright, what did you see? Oh, you just stopped playing normally. That's fine, actually. No, I'll shut up. Alright. Are you gonna keep that up? You're not gonna keep that up. Okay, there's definitely a down stack out of this. Alright, let's go back and see where it went wrong. Oh, this is where I didn't really like this placement right here. So you place it like 1 to the left. This is probably where the T piece should go, because you got the S piece, Z piece skim, and then T spin. It's better to see the whole board in advance. Yeah, I don't believe you had PC there, but you can still try and go for... You can actually go for Imperial Cross right here, so... S... Oil toss. Sorry. Wait, am I getting this wrong? Oh, my infinite wisdom is challenging me. Oh, I see what I did. It's OIJ. What am I doing? Alright. No, don't worry, your boy got this. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Sorry. I put the wrong piece. But yeah, there's a few better ways to get out of PC. Misdrops. Build up. Oh, okay. Actually, that's fine. Yeah. This is such risky stacking that I can't even imagine like what you're thinking right now. Okay, do you see it? Do you see it? Why do you have to waste T-pieces like this? T-pieces never did anything to you! Okay, you should already see this right now, but like, dude, it should be like a priority in your mind not to waste T-pieces. This is why it's also important to look for donations. Please just find it right here. I'm not even gonna try, you already know where it is. Actually, no, I gotta show the others where it is, too. Alright. So we place it like this. There was a J piece right here. And then it's this. This is why I look for donations. They're very awesome and cool and awesome and cool. Alright, anyways, let's go back. Okay, wait, if you're gonna use a Yoshihiro SD, I would probably use it, I'd probably use it to make another T-spin. So if you guys don't know, Yoshihiro SD is when you do a mini T-spin single to kick into the wall, and then it creates a T-shaped hole so you can make a T-spin. So if you are gonna do that, I would probably start building for a T-spin. But then again, you were pretty high, so... This is why you look for T-spins. Okay, right now you're playing really fast. Probably even 3 PPS, if I had to be honest. This is why you look for T-spins. Alright. Yeah, but I guess your clean stacking is like infinitely superior to my 1 billion trillion 1,000 move Kaidons and donations. Alright, glad you weren't afraid of that. You probably are playing way too fast, I'll be honest. Because your opponent is taking a lot of what you send back. And this is why you look for T-spins, bro. Do you see it? Do you see it? I hope you see it. Please see it. Alright, let me see if I can do this to the best of my ability. ZLTOSJ. Right. Yes, that is what I was thinking. I swear. No, I'm serious. Okay, that is a very based idea to just not even... Wait, what was I thinking? Yeah, this also is not... I don't really like this because you could use the LPs easily and this would be much cleaner. But then again, you are going for the Tetris, so yeah, maybe I am stupid. But I think, well then again, you can, like, with the L piece, you have so much more opportunity to create more T-spins, and you have a T-piece coming up. I think that would have just been better for you. Also, I'm sorry, I really don't believe that you actually played it ahead that far. So, yeah, that's my hot take. Oh, Jesus Christ. You didn't chain it. You didn't chain it. You did not chain it. It's not even in hold. You didn't chain it. Bro, this should go in clips. This is just the battle of DT. Oh. That may not even be the best down stack. Let me check. Yeah, unfortunate. Well, what was that anyways? Before that. Yeah, I actually talked about this with Choco's replay. You really need to make sure you're not misdropping during the opening, or else your opponent's gonna destroy you. If you're playing at like 170 APM, they're also gonna be playing around 170 APM. And the second you make a misdrop, you're dealing with 170 APM. So, you know, don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't put the TPs there. Don't put the TPs there. Thank you. Take like 2 seconds, please, to like think about where your next T-spin could be, or should be. If you have a T-shaped hole, you know, that's a pretty good idea that you might want to put a T-spin there. You're thinking too fast, bro. And you're wasting T-pieces. This is like Yakai's evil twin brother. Okay, good on you for tanking a little bit of that. Oh, you gotta, you have to. Wait. You gotta do this. Because it's infinitely better than whatever you did. Because it's cooler. Also carries less risk of heart failure. But I guess this is fine too. Good. I would save this for the O piece. Like, maybe build up an overhang first, and then the O piece. If you do mech TSD, you'll probably see this pretty easily, but yeah, build the overhang first. You can put the O piece in here, save it for later. For when you can actually spike. And now you have to waste your T piece. Like always. So yeah, you just have a really bad habit of wasting pieces when you really don't need to, and going really fast when you don't need to. Like, I might have 2.91 PPS in my Tetra League stats, but it's literally only because I strided against every player I saw. It's not actually because I had any skill. And I'll be honest, I lost a lot of those rounds where I started striding for no reason. So maybe even your thinking pace could be pretty good, because you know how to downstack pretty well. I'd say like as good as me actually. Or I mean upstacking, sorry. Yes, combo. Combos are like the most useful weapon that you can use when you're struggling to get out of a downstack. T-spin. Yes! Oh, yes! Yes. Oh, you were like this close to gaining all my respect. then you did this. Did you watch my beginner tips video? Because I tell you not to make dependencies like this. You can put these like in the middle and then put the SPs here, and it's much easier. You don't have to worry about creating a T-spin in the middle. And now you have to deal with that. No. Okay. This is bad on so many levels, but you actually could have survived it if you just put the eyepiece on the side. But yeah, you deliberately blocked off your well in a way that's nearly impossible to get out of. No, I have faith in you. Just win. Oh, LSG stacking? See, what a chat. All you have to do is just play solid and then you win. This is what happens when you go greedy. Or go fast. Okay, go fast. Okay, if you're gonna do LSG stacking, I would probably recommend just going for an S piece overhang and then a J piece on the side. That probably looks cleaner than what you did. But I'm not complaining because I'm not the LST stacker. Also, if you're gonna like have this kind of Tetris, you gotta keep your back-to-back. Just like do a T-spin mini here, and then you can keep stacking upwards. Like, you managed to get back-to-back in a way that works really well, and you can top out your opponent literally instantly, but you're not using it well. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of the analogy. It's like watching someone order like a 40-piece McChicken nuggets and then just not eating it and giving it to someone else. So yeah, don't be that person that orders 40-piece McChicken nuggets and then just doesn't eat it. Well, I know a lot of people don't eat at McDonald's anyways. But you can't deny their chicken nuggets slap. Alright. Oh, that's really good. Okay, use it, use it, use it, use it. Oh. Okay, number one thing I think I probably would have done here is put the O piece as my overhang. It looks much better than this, because now you have a dependency. You know what this dependency is, right? You obviously know. Second of all, I probably... Actually, this looks fine. I think just from that first mistake, you could have solved the second mistake too. Alright, so... You make me mad on so many levels. Okay, I'm gonna take this. You don't need to combo this, even. You're not being sent anything. LTO's I. Alright. Literally this probably would have even killed. Not that. Yeah. This. So you don't always have to look for skims. I think your back-to-back is really good. You're just not back-to-backing even. You haven't reached a single back-to-back times 8, and I'm surprised. But fortunately, I will be releasing a new video that will involve, will involve how to improve your back-to-back. I think that'll be super important, just because some players may just struggle with killing their opponents, and if you are, then back-to-back is really useful tool, which I also should have mentioned in the 15 tips video. Yeah, see how you're getting Tetrises and they're so clean, but you never build it up. It's always just in fragments. I am so disappointed that you didn't go for a donation. Like, yeah, you can go for donations here. This is like donation playground, actually. But now you guys are kind of stuck at a stalemate. It's like one of you got to do something. Play a bit risky even. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, you can waste the TPs. Send combos. You gotta send a combo! Commit, please. Yeah, because if you just cheese, then that's not gonna do anything. Like, maybe if you're music or something, but... Music is built different. Okay. Okay, you got this. Yes, 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 yes. Overhang! You're like 2 pieces away from building a T-spin, you're not building it. I know you want to build Tetrises, but T-spins are also cool, and they take up less resources, which I talked about already. Sorry, that was a bad subject verb agreement. I'm taking practice courses for the SAT. And having been in there for like 6 times actually, I know everything about subject verb agreement. Is that a red eyepiece? Not eyepiece, sorry. Is that a red L piece? I need to see that. Yo, we got the red LPs. Nice. Okay, so what I gotta suggest for you is... Well, you're playing at almost 90 APM. That's really good. But I feel like you're not looking for... Sorry, not looking for the best attacks. Also, I think you're sending a bit impulsively. So what I need you to do is also string your attacks together. I need you to stop wasting your T pieces. Dear God, you like... Oh my God, T pieces are like... How do I describe it? T pieces are like... I don't know. I guess like a key. They're like keys. Yeah, that's the analogy. Okay, well if you need me to elaborate on that, I can... You would just shoot me a DM again and we can talk about it. Anyways, moving on. We have Milky Chan Pop, which is the final replay of the day. Also SS. Against Raphael XDP. I feel like I've heard about Raphael XDP. This is an S+. And they played around the same APM and just a little bit faster, so I am curious to see what happens for this one. Hey guys, I apologize. My video just stopped recording for no reason, so we're just gonna head straight into it and hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, so we're gonna start off, and actually Raphael starts with the Sex Spin, which, you know, I'm a big fan of because I'm the only one that uses it, but, you know, I guess other people can use it too. It's not really like I've copyrighted Sex Spin or something. But, you know, this is actually Milky Chan Pop's replay, so I should be focusing more on them. Alright, it's a very nice T-spin. What you need to do here is just get the well open as soon as possible, then start building up an attack. It is happening, but that's probably not going to kill. Alright, so what you can actually do here is, if I flip Fortress, back up again, there's a few ways you can actually get around this. So as you can see, there was a small inconvenience, I guess, with this Z piece right here, and placing it here. So first thing I was thinking is, let me actually get the bag ready. Okay, that's weird. It's acting up. Yes. Alright, so this is here are a few things you can do, actually. What you can do is you can have this O piece help kick the Z piece inside, like a wall. And then what you can do is build around this and make an STSD. Yep, just like that. Another thing you can do is actually just... What was I gonna say? Actually, I think that those are the main things that you should be doing. Mainly looking for a way to get a T-spin in. So nothing I'm doing here is actually something you should be doing. But, you know, it's always nice to learn your spins. So what it would be like right here. Then spin that back to right here and then spin it in. And the SCSD is kind of just secondary. It usually only happens because we have a 3-wide well here on the left. Sorry about that nonsense. We have to go on. Alright, so we continue to build upwards. But you know, we still got that problem of being here on the brink of extinction. And I forgot to set my settings back, so I'll set it back to pause. But yeah, when both players are really high on the top of their well, what matters really is who can survive the longest or send a little bit of attack at the very least. And right here is a huge problem. Stacking this eyepiece up here was a huge problem just because when the garbage is sent, the garbage is on this specific row right here. So now you have to clear all these rows just to get to your garbage. So that's going to be a huge problem. You need to start up stacking to get ready for it. Which is sort of what's happening here, but it's not entirely coming into effect just yet. And there are a few dependencies in between. And it's really hard to defend. And yeah, after this, this should be the end of it. So there was some risky stacking between both games, which I think Milky Chen Pop needs to watch out for, but thankfully get the PC. But you need to be careful when you do PC that you don't get counter spiked. Like that, because you just got 17 spiked by not doing anything after that PC. So if you are a PC player, you start out with PCO. If you don't know, that means perfect clear. If you start out with a perfect clear, then you need to watch out for them sending it back. Because it happens a lot more than you think. So you have to have an attack ready. MTR was really thinking that Milky Chan Pop would go for a Yoshihiro SD. Once again, this would help a lot. Let me just visualize that. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. I didn't have to change the queue. So if you go for Yoshihiro SD, you can keep your back-to-back. So you can do this, back-to-back times 2, and then back-to-back times 3. That sends a lot. Just saying. This game is insane. And once again, if you don't know what Yoshihiro SD is, you can check out the description, which I have linked it to. And then just continuing to stack while the opponent is extremely confused. We have another PCO, which works, by the way. But you still need to be careful that it doesn't happen. And oh my god, there was such a missed opportunity here. So if we go here, Milky Chan Pop actually just drops the piece. There's no Yoshihiro SD. And this actually would have helped greatly because if we do use the Yoshihiro SD method, let's bring this into Fortress. Fortress is very fun to use. Right. Oh, well, let's see. Okay. So this is what we got before. So let me... Actually, no, I gotta rewind back. It's when we were up here. We got a T, J-O-L-S-I. So what we want to do here is Yoshihiro SD, which is where we do the mini T-spin. So that's back-to-back times 1 now. Then back-to-back... sorry, now it's back-to-back times 1. And then back-to-back times 2. Then back-to-back times 3. That is huge! Especially Tetrio. So once again, if you don't know what Yoshihiro SD is, the link is in the description for you to learn about it. It's very useful. It's only really in Tetrio. In other games, it's kind of secondary because back-to-back doesn't really accumulate over time in most guideline. And here we have another PC. And of course, just going straight to the the 9-0 stack. I almost said 6-3, but it's not 6-3. But yeah, I think this is a pretty useful weapon for players who don't really know how to follow up PCO. Just go straight to regular stacking. Actually, I think there was in these kinds of situations, you can actually just, you don't even have to try and go for piece placements like this. You can make some things that look kind of weird. You can put the J piece up here and then spin the T piece in there. There's a lot of other things you can do, but this creates a few dependencies which you need to resolve immediately. Like, this hole doesn't need an L piece. This definitely needs an L piece. So yeah, there is a huge problem with that. But of course, we still get out of it. I think what would have been better is if Milky-chan Pop built a little bit farther up, maybe put the Z piece here and then build a mini 4-wide. Mini 4-wides are always good when you're near the top of the well and you need to send a little combo. And yeah, I don't really like this placement because, of course, see what's blocking off the well now? This single piece. That's gonna be a problem. But of course it's not anymore. And I think this small, this line of eyepieces is completely fine because there is no cheese on the leftmost side. So in this case, I think it's okay to pillar up the eyepieces like this. Because at some point you will reach them, like right here. And that was a pretty bad placement. But you know, still getting ahead of it. So what Milky-chan Pop really needs to do... Oh my god, no. Okay, if you could see the T-spin right away, the T-spin into Tetris combo, if you see it right now, just find it. If you can find it, I'll give you a cookie. I will give you a cookie, I swear. To go with the milk cookies. Get it? Okay, I'm bad at jokes. Probably was just a misfold. I wouldn't know. Alright. But this is also fine, because we still get this almost the same result. And yeah, I think trying to build a T-spin right here was also a bad idea, because you have this second T-shaped hole, so what are you going to do with it? Well, you can't fill it in, because you have a T-piece coming up, and you need that for the T-spin. So, I think a good idea would be here to make a donation instead. So let's go head over to our old friend Fortress. So one thing I was thinking of is doing this. You get the T-spin plus the vector plus a small combo in between. It's not the most clean, of course. There's other ways to do it. I'm pretty sure some experts could find better bounce stacks than me. But the general premise is getting a T-spin in a convenience area, which I think worked out pretty well. Back to the game. So yeah, now the T-spin doesn't even count for anything. It doesn't give you a bonus, nothing like that. But thankfully, Milky-chan does manage to send at least like 1 or 2 more lines just to get the final kill. But still, that was a 35 APM game. Almost for both players. And so Raphael sends a PC, and I don't even know what they're doing now. It was a bad idea to stall. But seeing as Moki-chan has something coming up, you also need to watch out for counter spikes like this. There's going to be a small counter spike coming up on Moki-chan's side. And you also want to watch out for dependency like this, where you have two dependencies on both sides. Thankfully, Moki-chan managed to fix that up very quickly. I was just checking to make sure I didn't just jinx it. And I think that's a pretty good way to end off the set. So, just in general, there's a lot of risky stacking between both players, but what Moki-chan needs to do specifically is, of course, not waste those T pieces, like Meme, but also just what am I looking for? I have the word like right in front of me, but I really don't. That's right, it's maximizing attack, like I've said before. So if I go to this one right here, and then there's just also the slightly questionable downstacking. There's not enough downstacking to go around. And please learn Yoshihiro SD because you're not keeping your back-to-back either. Back-to-back is super important for, I think, getting around U rank to X rank, and also beating people with lower PPS and APM. If you're matching against someone with lower PPS and APM, back-to-back is definitely going to be your friend there, because most of the time they won't be able to counter it unless they do a lot of counter spiking. But yeah, back-to-back rewards people who send high APM, high PPS, which I think is something that needs to be taken advantage of. And these PCOs, whenever you do them, you also need to make sure that you're sending an attack right after, so you don't get spiked like that. Because something like that happens to you, then you're done for. So please, Yoshihiro SD, you missed such a good multiplier. I didn't expect you to find it immediately, but I probably could have. So I guess with nothing else for me to say, that's basically it. I had some fun coaching today. I actually coached for 5 hours total. In between recordings, I did a group coaching session, and I think I'm gonna start putting out some more content, especially during the weekends because I have much more free time. And yeah, if you ever want to be in one of my videos, if you hit subscribe, then I definitely think that I'll be including them more into my videos. I'll probably be asking you for I'll be asking for like volunteers and stuff like that, which I think my subscribers definitely want to be a part of. And yeah, thanks for watching.